Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We back again with a La Stories. Y'all already know what it is, man. I need y'all to turn this video up like the rest of them, man. Like, share, subscribe. This one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. And I'm lit right now, man, but I'm still gonna give y'all this story. But y'all already know La Story don't have no titles, man. But I can remember being on Lawrenceville, man. I can remember being in 30 building, man. And like at this time right here, y'all ain't even gonna lie, man. Like the La is in there crazy. I'm talking about like it's like so much La in there, man. Like I experienced like this never happened to me on Sussex 2. And let me tell y'all, like it was really going down on Sussex 2. We was really messing with that La crazy. I'm talking about we won't turn around. We was rolling up in Philly blunt games. Like it was going down on Sussex 2. But it probably just wasn't as consistent on Sussex 2 as it was on Lawrenceville, man. Because when I came to Lawrenceville and I finally got in 30 building, that's when it kind of like, that's when I really started like taking off with the La. And I'm talking about as far as like messing with the La, not really getting money with the La at the time. But man, I'm telling y'all, like everywhere you looked, everybody you knew, every time you walked out your pod, every time you walked out your cell, man, you smelt the La. Somebody had the La. The La was right there. So like, Lawrenceville and 30 building was the first time that I actually experienced that. Like I never went through this because y'all already know back before when I got locked up, I wasn't messing with nothing. I didn't do anything like that. I did the La occasionally, but I wasn't like a La head yet. I wasn't on that like that yet. So like I really wasn't somebody that, you know what I mean, that messed with the tobacco or nothing. I wasn't on nothing. So like I never went through this. People that probably mess with the tobacco and mess with the La for a minute, they probably went through this. I didn't. But when I got to Lawrenceville, man, and I was in 30 building, I experienced my first freaking tobacco cough. Y'all know the FS cough. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I just can't say it now, man. But I experienced that first, like me, like having that cough because we messing with the La and the tobacco too much. Like that joint was crazy. But like I say, it was around all the time, man. It was around all the time. It was like easy access to get. I'm in the pod where people would touch from time to time. You know what I mean? So this particular dude that I'm about to talk about, man, we're going to call him Thomas, man. We're going to call him Thomas, man. That's what we're going to call him, man. But Thomas was the type of dude, like, I ain't even gonna lie, like, he didn't really like to deal with me. Like, you know, he'll deal with me, but he'd rather deal with my roommate. He didn't like to go through me. Like he would say that I was difficult. And I had a couple of dudes say that, but I really wasn't difficult. I just took a dude off their word and like keep it a band. Like if you tell me this when you gonna pay, that's when I'm expecting for you to pay. Like I'm not trying to like be super angry over situations, but I'm gonna take a dude for his word. So like that's what me and him would come wrong at a little bit, because like I remember when the roommate that I have now, like we end up grabbing some outer pay. So we end up getting the outer pay. Now it's people all around the compound that mess with the outer pay, but this one particular dude, Thomas, man, him and his homeboy really mess with the powder like that. So like we could have sold this to anybody. We could have sold it to anybody, but we chose to deal with them. And it was convenient to deal with them. But I remember when I dealt with them, man, like I had to deal with Thomas. My roommate dealt with his homeboy. Now with me dealing with Thomas, I knew Thomas wasn't gonna buck. That wasn't the issue. Like I just be wanting my bread, because I be feeling like if I'm in prison hustling, like, and somebody tell me this one is gonna be there, like that's when I'm expecting for them to have what they owe me, man. Like I say, I hold people for their word. So like with me dealing with Thomas, like I knew I was getting paid. But still though, like you gotta sometimes crack the whip, man, because he a psycho, man. Like he might take you around the world if you let him. You know what I mean? He might be somewhere else trying to spend some money if you let him. Now, at the end of the day, he used to touch. He used to get a little bit of money. I ain't even gonna lie, they used to get money. Now he survived the storm when his crew went down, but like he don't really get money like that, but he always got his hand into something. He's able to pay his bills because he know he do the hard stuff. So I knew I was getting paid, but I still wasn't tripping. But at the end of the day, man, I want my money. So my homeboy got his money from his friend. Now, I was still waiting on Thomas for my bread. Now, we still got out of paying everything. Now, he been trying to come back and get more and more and more. And I've been being nice, giving him a little here, a little here, a little here. Now his tab done run up. Now, I didn't really have a whole lot of outer pay, but still though, man, like, he kind of getting in the way of what I be doing because I used to trade the outer pay for the Lala. Y'all already know how much I love that Lala, man. I love the Lala. So like, I'm like, I used to tell him like, man, he's like, all right, well, look, I'm gonna go get you some Lala. If I go get you some Lala, you'll do that. I'll be like, well, you gonna get some Lala? He like, man, all these dudes he had looked out for in the building. And he was right, because when he would get something, like, he was the type of hustler, he wouldn't even like, he would try to get money. It might look like he's getting money, but I guarantee you, man, that man will owe so many people, man, before it's all said and done. That man hustling backwards, y'all. So boom. And a lot of people used to like be like that in there. A lot of people used to be like that in there. And I won't never mad at him for living that life as far as hustling backwards or whatever the case, man. Like, I just wanted my money. So he took me around the world for a little bit. Like I said, I already knew he was capable of that. And then he finally paid me. You know what I mean? He paid me and I got my money. And when I get paid, that means he has something. So when he got something, they ended up getting a little bit of Lala and some dog food. So he pulled up on me and told me how much Lala he had. He was honest with me, man. He was like, look, Weezy, I don't want to hear it. He used to always say that. I don't want to hear it, Weezy. Look, I used to be like, what? Because I'm just waiting to hear, where's my money? That's all I'm waiting to hear. He used to be like, man, look, I ain't got a lot of Lala but this. So I'm going to give you a little Lala. But I gotta pay you the rest in money. You cool with that? I'm like, yeah, that's what I wanted, my money. So what he did was he threw me 8 spoons. And then he paid me the rest in send out. So I was cool with that. I ain't even gonna lie, I was cool with that because I want the Lala. So he hit me off with the spoons. So me and my roommate getting litty. You know what I mean? I got the spoons. I ain't selling none of the spoons for real, because I'm being petty, y'all. Like, we just got our holiday packs. You know what I mean? It's like January or something like that. I got a holiday pack, and I got my homeboy to order my a dude in there that I rock with a holiday pack. So I gapped it with him. So I had a holiday pack and a half, and I got a little bit of Lala, and I'm trading the Lala for the tobacco, and I'm selling it, you know what I mean, for the holiday pack. I'm loaded in there. I'm dumb strapped, but y'all know I'm a veteran, man. I know how to bid, y'all. So boom. But we getting super greasy in there, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I'm talking about, like, it was like a routine of, like, every time the doors pop, when we come out at the count, we going up. And soon as we go up from there, after we come out from every child, we going up. Every time we go outside, we going up. Even if we don't go outside, we gonna stay in the pod and go in the cell and go up. Like, we was going crazy with that Lala, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, I got a little cough and everything. I'm like, man, it's crazy. Like, it didn't scare me, but I'm like, dudes were like, man, that's because, you know what I mean? Like, you going with a lot. You doing a lot. Like, you got a habit now. Like, you got, I'm like, man, like, I didn't really know what that meant. Like, but for real, like, it was crazy weird. Like knowing that I had that call from that, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, so like, we going so long in there, like our fingers, like, we had to roll up in this receipt paper. We used to use receipt paper, y'all. I know it's Major Savage game, y'all, but we rolling the Lala in receipt paper game. You hear me? We rolling up in receipt paper, man. But I promise you, man, from messing with the Lala and rolling the tobacco in the joint, man, like dudes that really messing with the Lala and the tobacco like us, like, our fingers like was turning black. I'm telling you, man, like, we was on the Lala crazy, y'all. So boom, that's my word. I'm talking about my fingertips, man, like the thumb and this finger, man, those joints would be like black. And the only way you can get that off, dudes would use like the little Brillo pads. Dudes would use like something that looks like a shingle, or you would have to go outside physically and find you a rock and bring you a rock back in the cell. And once you get the rock, you will rub your finger on the rock, and that'll be the only thing. Like, you wet your hands in the sink, and then you just rub that joint on the rock, man. That joint be crazy. You be like, man. Cause look, the police see your fingers, they be like, look, you going crazy. They'll say a little funny joke. They'll be like, so I used to always make sure, like, I'm getting my fingers right before I leave out every day, because I'm super greasy in there, y'all. So boom, I'm talking about, we going every day, man. It's going down. So everything was going good. I won't even trying to, like, do nothing for nobody, but at the same time, the little play I had with my roommate with the outer pay game, that was over with. So now it's like, we back to just buying, you know what I mean? We back to just kind of spending a little bit of money. We surviving though. You already know the count. We surviving in that joint, man. We trying to get lit and be litty off the Lala. That's all we trying to do, and just stay out the way. So like, I won't even pressed on trying to get no money, because it wasn't my time. When it ain't my time, I already be knowing when it ain't my time, and I'll just fall back and spend a couple dollars, you know, fall back, make me a little money, spend a couple dollars, this back and forth like that, just surviving. So my roommate, like, he was feeling like, man, like, we got to get something, man. We got to get something. But it was no way to bring it. It was no way to get nothing. So I didn't know what he was talking about. But he ended up coming up with a situation. He ended up coming up with a situation where we can get some of the dog food. Now, my roommate used to rock with the dog food. I did. Like, he messed with the Lala and the dog food. Like, I ain't mess with the dog food. Like, that wasn't my lane right there, man. Real talk. That's the only thing I didn't like about him either. Like, I rock with my celly, but him rocking with that dog food, it threw me off a little bit, y'all. So boom. But nevertheless, we used to get super lit still off the Lala. So my roommate came up with a play that he knew a dude from his city that was going to get some D Block from, you know, that's usually where my roommate was from, that side of town. Like the D Block was crazy from where he was from. Now, he saw the dude that was going to get the D Block. The dude don't do nothing, but he was like, the dude want him to pump the joint. You know what I mean? But he was like, and the dude say he can split the joint with him. So I was like, what the dude getting? He was like, dude's supposed to get a pool shot. Now, the dude he was talking about was a dude in the honor pod. Remember I told y'all, nobody from that honor pod. Everybody be trying to keep their hands clean. Everybody be trying to stay out the way. Everybody in there get super junked out like us. That's my word. Everybody in there literally just like us, man. But like, I guess he won't trying to have nobody thinking that he had dog food, and he got my roommate to mess with it. So my roommate told me to play. I was like, so what you tell you? Like, look, I'm a got what I get with you. He was like, this help me pump it. He was like, because he was like, the dude can get more. You know what I mean? He was like, but if he get more, he was like, man, like, you know what I mean? Me and you just keep gapping the joint. So I'm like, I thought about it. Like, I kind of like did the dog food thing on Sussex too. But like, this was my first time ever again on Lawrenceville messing with the dog food. And I used to see what was up there on Lawrenceville, man, which was freaking Terminators and hibernation. I'm being honest with y'all, man, because when that dog food hit, you would still see them same aggressive. Sussex 2 had them old maniac looking ones that been down for a minute, man. Lawrenceville had the younger ones that was psychos, the ones in their 30s that love that dog food, man. So like, I wasn't really pressed to pump that joint. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Like, it's just a different hustle. Like, I didn't really want to do it, but like, since my celly was coming with the proposition, man, I gotta get money. So boom, y'all already know the count, man. It's gotta get money, gotta grind. Y'all already know the play. So I was with him on the joint. I ain't gonna lie. So I waited till he made it happen. I guess he had to wait till dude go to VI. So me and him was in the cell. We went up off the Lala. You know what I mean? We hit the Lala. Go up off the Lala. You know what I mean? Feeling good. So he was like, yeah, dude gonna call me when we go to child. He was like, when we go to child, that's when he said he's supposed to have it. He was like, cause I think he about to have it. So like, we gonna get the joint in. I was like, all right, bet, just let me know. He was like, yeah, man, look, we'll just hurry up and try to just get rid of this stuff, man. You know what I mean? This and that. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm like, what you giving me? He was like, I'm just giving you something that you can make you probably 200. And you know what I mean? The rest we just get him, man. We just get him out the way. So I'm like, all right, that's a bet. So bro kept his word. He went and hollered at the dude, I guess that was in 32 par, that was scared to sell the D Block. He came back with the pool shot. Dude gave him the whole joint. So when he came back, he said, the dude said all he want is some money sent to his girl. He never told me the number to send to his girl, because he was like, once we break this down, he was like, look, I'm gonna tell you what to give me. He said, when you give me, I'm gonna give him. My roommate messed with the D Block, so I already knew he was gaming. But it wasn't my place to be like, yo, bro, that's not a fair gap you're giving me. No, I'm thinking about the Lala, y'all. Like, the whole time I'm being a maniac, because I knew a couple people that'll buy the D Block, but my share that he's giving me, man, I'm about to trade to the dude in 50 billion for some Lala, y'all. So boom. Crazy, I'm gonna get me some Lala. Promise y'all, man. So once we broke everything down, he went on and hit me off, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, that's what it is, bro. He was like, look, make you about 150, 200. I said, bro, I got you. So I grabbed my stuff. Soon as I grabbed my stuff, I went to my homeboy. I wrote a kite, told the dude, 50 bill, look, bro, I got this, trade me some Lala. I already knew he was gonna do it because he loved the D Block. So he wrote me back. It was like, yo, dinner time, he got me, you know what I mean? Let's meet him at dinner. So I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? So now I'm looking like I just got to make the play of what's going on. I look at my celly getting his nose dirty game. He's super litty. He's super litty in the pod, y'all. You hear me? I see him. He looking super stoned out, messing with that dog food. That dog food make you look sleepy and stoned. I can't get jiggy with it. You hear me? Man looking lit. He looking super lit. That's my word. But now I'm just looking like I got to make a quick play. That's all I got to do. So I'm looking around. I'm like, man, I see somebody at dinner. But I'm like, nevertheless, I'm about to make this play. I'm about to make the play for the Lala. I'm like, man, I just looked. And I just seen Thomas. He was leaning on the steps like this, y'all. And it was like he was just waiting for me to call him. Like, he had a look like he was a funny dude, too. He was like, that's what his mind was saying. Come on, Weezy. Come on. I looked at him. I'm like, then he made eye contact with me again. He was like, then he started walking over there where I was at. I'm like, man, what's up, man? He was like, look, I know you got some of that stuff. He said, I ain't got no money until I make this play. He was like, man, look, man. He said, man, I ain't getting nothing but some tobacco, though, man. You know what I mean? I said, nah, bro. I said, look, if me and you do this, bro, look, bro, I need the money, bro. I need the money, man. He was like, man, I ain't getting some tobacco, but you gonna have to wait. I'll look out for you. Cause that's how he used to come. He'll be like, I'll look out for you. And he'll overly pay and he'll do all type of madness just so he can get right, y'all. So boom. We talking about Lala right now. That's what we talking about. So I had to set the dice down. I had to let him know, listen, bro. No. All right, man. I'll try. What if I can't find it then? I'm just gonna pay you. I was like, all right, yeah, just give me the money. That's what I'm saying. He was like, all right, bet. So I was like, what you want? He was like, man, what you got? I was like, man, look, I don't got nothing but like 250 worth of this stuff left. You know what I mean? He was like, man, give it all to me. I got you. I said, what you gonna give me, man? He was like, man, I got you. I'm gonna give you like 300 and change or whatever I get. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, I don't got no time for your mess. I said, I don't got no time for your mess, man. I'm telling you, man. He was like, man, look, I'm about to get the tobacco, bro. He keep talking about the tobacco. When I get the tobacco, I'm gonna do this. And then I was like, bro, listen, I don't care about a whole lot of that tobacco. And I didn't at the time because it was tobacco all over the place, y'all. So boom. So I was trying to figure out how is he gonna pay me anyway with all the tobacco everywhere. But he a hustler. He knows when it's back against the wall, pause, he gonna make it happen. So I'm like, bro, all right, man, no fuss. I give it to him. Now I gotta say, I know he gonna pay me. Now, this is prison. Like, we're not getting the money like that fast. Sometimes you can, but my roommate already know it's cool when I deal with Thomas. He ain't really tripping because he already know it might take a week. It might take 2 weeks at the most, but he always pays the debt. So he was already cool with it. I didn't even have to say nothing because he trusted me anyway. So I went on and hit bro off. Then I made the play at dinner time and I ended up getting the Lala. I'm in the park pumping the Lala. My roommate see the joint. You like, you got Lala? I was like, yeah. I was like, bro, I got you. Wait till we go back in the cell. We go back in the cell. I threw him 2 spoons. He like, where you get all this from? I was like, bro, what you told me I can have for my money? He was like, yeah. I was like, man, I traded it for Lala. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah. I said, but no, I got 250 coming, you know what I mean, next week though, bro. I said, I gave it to Thomas. I said, you know, he gonna take by the week. He was like, yeah, he a lot. Yeah, he a lot. I'm like, all right. So everything was straight. You know what I mean? There wasn't nothing else to talk about. So I got a little bit of spoons left. So I'm making a little money off it because I wasn't going to really make no money off what I gave Thomas. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I see an old head in the pod. The old head mess with Popcorn. Now, Popcorn used to mess with Thomas a little bit too. Now, this is in the beginning of when I came in 30 building slightly, like my first kind of like trying to wheel and deal a little bit in there. Now, I knew Corn, but we wasn't like that cool yet. But we got cool like later on after like a little bit of time I've been in there, you know what I mean? But I seen him talking to the old head. Now, the old head, I be kicking it with him. Corn be talking to the nigga Thomas a lot, you know what I mean? So the old head pull up on me and was like, yeah, look, man, do me a favor, Weezy. I was like, what? He was like, man, give me some of that D block, man. He said, man, I'm gonna give you some Lala, man, this weekend. I was like, some Lala? I was like, how you gonna get some Lala? He was like, man, don't worry about that. I said, man, how you gonna get some Lala, man? He was like, look, he said, Corn told me that Thomas about to get a bunch of Lala. I was like, he is? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, yeah, when he get it, he gonna look out for Corn. Corn gonna look out for me. He was like, but for real, Thomas gonna do a deal with me because I'm gonna spend some money. So I'm like, oh, so he is getting some Lala out of him, man. I was like, I wonder why he lied to me though. So I said that to myself. The old head was like, what you talking about? I was like, never mind. So I wasn't tripping on it, you know what I mean? But still though, I had to keep that thought like, damn, why bro lied to me? So I waited till later on that night, then I bumped into Thomas. I said, yo. I said, man, that's crazy, man. I squared with him. I'm like, what's up, man? I was like, man, I want some Lala, man. Let me get some Lala. He was like, man, I wish I can get some, man. I wish I can get some, man. I wish I can get some, bro. I wish I can get some, bro. That's why I'm just gonna give you the tobacco. You might just gotta trade. I'm like, this dude here must be don't know I'm a freaking Terminator for the Lala, man. Like I don't really be on my Terminator skills, but if I take these glasses off, man, you might see red lasers come out, man. You hear me? You might see that, man. So who you think he talking to, y'all? So boom. But I let him talk. I let him keep going. I let him keep thinking what he thought it was. And I didn't know he was getting Lala. But I was still wondering why he was lying about it. Because he know I want the Lala. He know I want the Lala. Because if I get the Lala, now I can really goddamn wheel and deal the way I want to. Like, I'm dealing with him with the money. Now, usually it's not even really money with him. But sometimes it'll be narcotics that take care of the debt. So, like, I'm just like, man, you know what, man? Like, for real, like, I want that money and I want the Lala. But I'm like, why is he lying? Because that was the original deal. He knew I was doing all of this. Like, why would he even lie? He can just pay me with the Lala and bless me with the Lala. I can still make the money real quick off the Lala. Then I still got to get my roommate and keep some Lala. He know I love the Lala, y'all. So, boom. I'm a Lala head. That's all that matters. I know y'all like, I just Lala y'all to death. But that's what it is, though, man. Like, he already know the count. So I felt some type of way about him lying about that because he know I need it. He know I need that, man. So I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm like, all right, I was taking notes. I catch another dude that know him. He like, yeah, man, look, it's gonna about to be some Lala in here, too. Heavy Lala. I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah, look, man, that's word, I can't wait. I'm like, who about to get? He's like, man, he come to my cell when he get the la-la. Dude, talking, everybody just talking out their neck. I'm like, who come to your cell? Thomas. Thomas come to my cell and bag up. I'm like, what? This dude is my man selling. So I'm like, my man and him, me telling me this is my man from Norfolk. Thomas ain't from Norfolk. I'm like, my man from Norfolk, and he ain't even tell me, you know what I mean? I never knew about this secret rendezvous. He was like, because he don't be in the cell like that. But he was like, he know, but he just not his business. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. I'm like, man, that's wild. But I'm like, I'm about to holler at my homeboy, though. See my homeboy. I said, yo, bro, look. He said, what's up? I said, man, look. I said, man, Thomas be coming to your cell backing up. He was like, yeah, sometimes the tobacco. He was like, I get out there way. I be having my roommate. He throw me like a 25 sack, you know what I mean? That's what I be having, the tobacco sometimes. I'm like, but look though, bro, I said, man, that man owe me like $350, $400, bro. He was like, for real? I'm like, yeah. I said, and he lying about getting some la-la when he know I want some la-la. I said, man, I don't know what he up to. I know he ain't gonna get my money that fast, because I know he's not even capable of getting money that fast to pay me that much, because he's a freaking idiot on the low. So I said, look, bro, I need to be in that cell when y'all bag it up, or I need to be in there when he walk in. So he was like, man, I ain't gonna lie. He was like, man, I ain't gonna set him up. Like I said, bro, you ain't setting him up. He owe me, bro. I said, man, come on, man. I promise you, man. Like, I know he was looking at me like, man, I see the red and wheezy eyes. Like, I was like, bro, come on, bro. What's up, bro? He was like, man, all right, bro. I don't care, bro. Just don't mess. I said, bro, I ain't gonna mess up. He know what count. He know the count, bro. I was like, I ain't gonna mess up, bro. He know the count, man. He know the count. He was like, all right. I said, that's a bet. So, boom. So, a couple days rolled by. Old head pull up on me, told me to count. I seen my homeboy. I was like, hey, look. He's supposed to be getting the joint today. He was like, I don't know. He moving funny, though. He said every time he'll tell me to go get a bunch of request forms or a bunch of commissary papers, bubble sheets. See, that's what dudes be bagging up in. Dudes bag up in a bunch of request forms or the commissary bubble sheets, like the little, like Scantron little joints. That's what dudes are bag up in. Like, that's just some wasted paper. Like, for some reason, dudes always bagging up in that. So he was like, every time he asked for that, usually that's what it's going to be. So I was like, all right. So a little time it went by. After they told me that, now I didn't know what time he was getting it, but I seen another dude, but I ended up seeing him later on, kind of like just walking back in the park from chow, and I seen him. I'm like, what's up, bro? Like, you was good. Talk to me nice, bro. Tell me something good. He was like, man, I don't know, bro. That tobacco gotta hurry up, man. I'm waiting, man. He ain't even, like, he's straight spinning me like, I don't know that he getting this today. Now, I know what y'all gonna say, Weezy, it was none of your business, but it is, because I'm a la-la maniac. Y'all already know it, man. So it is my business, y'all. So boom. What are you talking about? It definitely is my business. So I don't care what y'all say right now, because right now, I'm on the hunt. I'm on the hunt for la-la. Like, I don't care, man. I want mines and the la-la. I ain't tripping. I want to be greedy. I'm always greedy when it comes to la-la. So I don't care. So I was like, man, you know what? I was like, man, I wonder when he gonna get it. I said, the only time he gonna do it, he gonna want to bag up at the count. You know what I mean? So my homeboy was like, yeah, he probably coming there at the count. So I'm like, all right. I said, look, I'm going to come in there while he in there. He was like, man. I was like, man, come on, bro. Let me come in. He was like, all right, forget it. I was like, all right. So I come out in the pod. I duck off. I mean, I stayed in the cell on purpose. You know what I mean? Stayed in the cell on purpose just so he can think that I don't even know what's going on. I know this is what he's thinking, but I'm being super duper sneaky on the low. So I stay in the cell all the way up to after count. I stay in the cell when count cleared and they called wreck. I didn't come out. I stayed in the cell to the cell break. So when I come out, as soon as I come out, I guess my man didn't want to come to my cell, because it probably would have looked crazy, because he looked like he was tipping me off. So when I came out, finally, I came out and I stood on the tier and I looked. I was like, my imagery opened up. That joint was like, I just seen two dudes in the cell, like, commissary sheets, like, they were laughing. They were like, thermal imagery through this joint, like, as soon as I finished that joint, I see my homeboy like, hey, Weezy. I come down the steps. Bad dudes game. What's up? He was like, hey, look, man. Look, man, he in there. I said, bro, why you think he spun me like that? He said, man, I don't know, man. He said, I started to ask him, man, because I don't really want to do this. I said, nah, bro. I'm going to get mine, bro. He was like, man, look, I said, man, I ain't going to put my hands on that dude, man. He was like, yeah, because I could, it wouldn't have even been a fair fight, you know what I mean? So I'm like, he was like, he gave me his ID. That's the little piece that he gave me, like a broken ID. That's what dudes be. You can use that, or a piece of knife, like a piece of butter knife, or anything that's sharp, a little skinny joint. You can put it in your door, and it'll unjam your door, and you can go in your cell once the door is closed. You can put a domino in the joint. So he gave me the joint. I was like, all right. So I see the cut up. As I'm walking to the joint, thermal imagery the joint again. I'm seeing him at the table like this. I'm like, this is a petty dude. I walked to the door. I was like, psh, psh. They ain't even look up. I look, Thomas got his back to me. He's sitting at the second bench part, but he got his back to the door. His bro roommate ain't even looking. He bagging up on the table from sitting on the bed. He ain't even look up because they probably thought it was my homeboy that was coming back in. So I come back, I close it. I was like, push. I closed the door. This word, Thomas was like, oh, Weezy, man, you scared the mess out of me, Weezy, man. What you doing here, Weezy, man? You crazy, Weezy, man. I was like, nah, you crazy. You crazy. He was like, oh, I said, nah, you crazy, bro. I said, bro, why you spin me, bro? He was like, cuz, Weezy, I owe everybody. I'm trying to spin everybody. I'm going to pay you, though. Don't you already know how I pay you, Weezy? I was like, man, I know, bro. I know, but you ain't had to do that, bro. You know how to work with you. He was like, man, I know. As he was talking, like, I thermal imagery the whole joint. That's word. I just see like a nice pile of lala on the bench. That's why he was sitting on that first bench. I just look. I was like, that's about a zip. I'm like, he talking. He like, yeah, because I was like, I'm like, nah, bro. Look, you good, bro. I was like, yo, move over. I was like, yo, you good, bro? I grabbed a box. I pulled it up to the little bench. I was like, I start breaking the joint down with him. He was like, what you doing, Weezy? I was like, bro, I'm helping you, bro. Chill out, bro. He was like, man, Weezy, you crazy, man. He was like, don't tell nobody. I was like, man, I ain't gonna tell nobody, nigga. I mean, we start breaking that shit down, this word. They got the music on and everything. They enjoying themselves in that bitch. Like, you pet ass, nigga. Like, as soon as he heard turn his head, he went to go see what the police was doing. He ran to the drum. I was like, pinched his dumb ass, y'all. So, boom. The hell is wrong with you, nigga? Can't outsmart me off that la-la. I'm a psychopath. You hear me? Hell is wrong with this nigga? We keep breaking it down. I was like, yo, look, bro. Hey, look, just go ahead and give me this right here to kill that bill. He was like, man, come on, Weezy. I was like, look, bro. Come on, bro. He was like, man, don't tell her. I was like, look, we already got la-la, bro. Chill out. Just give me this right here. He was like, man, that's too much, Weezy. I said, man, come on, bro. He was like, man, you terrible, Weezy, man. I said, nah, you terrible, bro, for trying to duck me, bro. Why you do that, bro? He was like, cuz I owe everybody. I was like, man, look, let me get this right here, bro. He was like, man, hand me a commissary paper. I gave him the joint. He was like, gosh. He was like, put it in here. He grabbed his ID. He was like, I folded the paper real nice. And I opened it. That joint, I looked like a baby cutie, y'all. So boom. I was like, that's the least he can do, man. Come on, man. But the moral of this story is, man, I don't tour around with this la-la, man. I had to put the Terminator shoes on. I didn't want to be a Terminator, though. It happens, though, man. But I'd be on that la-la, and I'd be wanting more la-la, and he was getting in the way because he was getting the la-la. So I needed a la-la. You dig? That's what I needed, man. I won't joke about that, man. But I got what was paid to me, man. Me and him was cool. He continued on me out here and there, and I continue being a maniac Terminator off that la-la. Y'all know the count, man. But that's the end of the damn story, though. I was a maniac, y'all. Don't joke me, man. Don't joke me about my screen, man. I get my tripod next week, so y'all gotta forgive me, man. It's hectic season right now. Even when I'm doing my stand-up stories, man, like I gotta prep it up because man, y'all ain't gonna believe me, man. I left my joint on top of the car, man. I was taking everything back in the house, and I left it on the top of the car. Drove away with it, man. I don't know where is it. Somebody picked it up, man. It's gone, man. But we'll be back in action next week, man. But I appreciate y'all, man. Like, share, and subscribe. This one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go, man. But be safe out there, y'all. And stay out the way. Let's get it.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.